Welcome back, guys. This is the 20th video tutorial of Core Java, and as we discussed in previous tutorial, the collection framework is having a lot of collection classes like list, queue, and set classes. Likewise, we have a different set of classes are available in map interface. So because I kept a map in separately because it's not part of these collections classes, and the map is not part of this particular group. This is a separate group. It is having a set of interfaces and classes. So map is, what is a map? First we can see what is a map and how it actually works. A map is simply a key pair value. So it's a key pair value. It should keep the elements in key pair value. It's like one key will be there, along with that one value will be there in a map collections. So there are different types of classes available in which comes under map interface. Those will be, we can go through one by one. One is hash map and link hash map and tree map. So tree map is not directly from hash map interface. It actually comes from sorted map, and sorted map is having a child as tree maps. But anyhow, the parent of parent will be the map class for the tree map as well. So these are all the three different classes are available in map interface, and these now we're going to discuss about each one by one. First, we can see how actually map is having a key pair values, and so what and all methods will be there in a hash map or any other map collections. So there are like how array list is having add element and remove element and all, the same way we'll be having. So these all these classes, right, as we seen, the methods are like all the common methods: add, remove, index of, and we'll be having, what is that, size. So different methods we have seen in all these collections, which is common. So all these methods are common in all these collections, right? Add, remove, index of, then size of the collection, all these methods are common. The same way, in here in add it actually take a string, and remove it actually take a string, and index will take a string, which is string or index of an element, and size will return the size of an element. The same way, the map also having a methods like put of key comma value, and the other method to get of key. If you give key, then actually return a value for it. So if you give a key, what are the key you have, so then it actually return a respective value. Then you have a method called entry set, which is used to loop through the for looping maps. So entry set will be there, which is actually holding all the elements in a set, and it actually used for looping. So and we can have like here we have a contains object, right, contains method, right? The same way we'll be having contains key, which is used to whether the keys the given key is existed or not. And we have the other method, which is empty. So isEmpty will check whether the size of the map is empty or not, whether it is 0 or not. And we have values, which returns only the values of all the map collection. And we have the size. So these are all the different methods we have it in map interface. Here also, if I say in add also, we have a method which I forgot to mention, which is contains. Contains, we also having a method inside these collections as well. And here we have coming to map collection. So we have methods like put of key comma value and get of key. It will actually return the element, what is the value for that, and entry set will be used to getting set of entries which is holding all the key pair values, and contains key will be used to check whether the respective key is available or not in the map collection. isEmpty is used to check whether the map is empty or it is holding some elements. And values method will return only the values of particular map instead of all the keys. It will actually return only the. So there are two methods will be frequently used in regular programming. Values will be used to get all the values of particular collection, which is map collection, and entry set will be used to get all the map with key pair values, and size will be used to calculate the size of the map collection. So first we can go and go with the example of hash map, how to create it and how to reuse it. Let's go to the Eclipse. What I'm doing is I'm just creating a package, as it's a separate thing. So I'm just inside that I'm just creating the package which is maps or map, anything you can put. So inside a map I'm just creating a class called hash map example. So I'm just creating a main method inside this. So the way to do this is having hash map which is from java.tutorial. See, it is taking key and pair values. The key I have to give any data type you have to mention, integer, and the value will be anything you can give, either int or anything you can give. For now I'm giving string data type. So map, I'm just mentioning new hash map of. That's it guys, nothing crazy here. So hash map, when you declare, you just need to mention key pair values. For the other types like array list and all, you just need to mention only one type because it is holding only one value. But as hash map is holding key pair values, we just need to give two types of data types. So what and all it contains. One is key I'm giving as integer, and string I'm giving as value. So values will be string types and the keys will be integer types. So I'm giving values here. Map dot put. Suppose if I'm storing a student related details, I'm giving his roll number as 1 and value is James, and map dot put of roll number as 2 and value is Geo, and map dot put of roll number 3, name as Thomas. So I have given three objects which is having key pair values. It looks like a bean, right? But the maximum capacity of the map will be holding two types, any two types, integer and string. Here I just gave, for example. So now I just want to print the elements, how it actually looks like. Let's see the map, how it actually looks like. And also I'm printing the size of the map. That's it. I'm just printing the elements and size of the map, how many elements we have in a map. See, the difference is It is having a key pair values. It is mentioning key and equal to value. What is the value for that? Likewise, it is mentioning all the elements, and the size of the map is 3. So this is the simple implementation of a hash map. I'm just repeating. So declaring a hash map is nothing but having two data types. Any two data types you can give with the implementation, and you just need to pass the key pair values. As I mentioned integer here, and name value as string types. I'm just passing integer and string data types in the put method. So put method is used to adding an elements to an map collection. So how do I want to, what is the way of getting elements? So if I want to read an element in particular map, so if I want to read second index, what is the element? I know the key, I don't know the values. What is the way to do that? Sys out get element from map which is having, or we can mention where the key is 2. For the 2, I just want to get the value. The way to do this is just put this out and write map dot, or I can have it in different variable. Map dot get of. See, the object type you have to give, and the return type is string here. So the object you have to give is 2, which is key, and the return type is string. So I'm getting string name, which is whatever the name it is, it will return the type. So I'm printing that name in sysout. So what I'm doing is, for adding an element, I'm just using a put method. For getting an element, I'm just using a get method with the key. We'll see the output now, how it actually looks like. See, I got an element geo for key 2. So these are the standard way of declaring any map implementation. First we have to create a map, then we have to use put methods to add an element, and get methods to get an element. For the get method, we have to give any key you have to give, and the reverse way it is not possible, like giving a value and getting a key, it is not possible. We can get it using iterating the elements. Now we can see how to iterate the elements particularly. So as we seen here, like there are ways to iterate, right? Either values will have one and entry set will have one. First we can see values, what it actually do. For that, what I'm doing is I'm just commenting this code. And so if you run it, no output you will be getting, empty output you will be getting, because I just commented all the sysouts at the bottom. So what I'm doing is I just want to iterate the elements. For that, what I'm doing is I just want to loop all the values itself. I don't want the keys. I just need the values to be printed. Map.values. See, map.values are giving a list of strings, any list of strings. So what is the way of printing elements? The way to do this is I'm just using for each loop. What is the type of these elements? It is string. Value 1. Value equal to map.values. I'm just giving here for printing purpose. Now I'm writing sysout value. So I'm not bothering about what these values will be. I'm just printing the values. What are our values are there? What is the error? We just see it. I'm sorry. So these are declaration syntax issue. For each loop we have to mention colon, not equals. So what is the way of getting all the values? Map.values if we give, then it will give only the values. And respect to data type I'm using for storing an each element, I'm using for each loop to print of elements. I'm just running this code. We'll see the output. See, now I got only the values. I didn't get the keys and all. So these are way of getting the values and printing the elements to the console. Now we can see how to print the key pair values. Not only the keys, I just want to print key pair values by using the method called entry set. Entry set is a method which is used to print the key pair values. So this case we have only values. Now we can have one more method we'll be using, which is used for printing the key pair values. For that, what I'm doing is, again I'm doing for each loop. For each loop, syntax will be colon, and here you should write the value. And what I'm doing is, here I'm writing map dot entry set. Entry set, what is the return type? It's a set of elements it is returning, which is each entry will have integer and data type. So I'm just trying to map it here. The class will be, the return class will be map dot entry. Sorry, map dot entry. So map dot entry I can use. For that I'll be, so what I'm doing is I'm just using map dot entry is a data type, like how we have a string data type for values because it's a set of strings. Here I'm using it's an entry type, which is map dot entry. I'm just holding that value and I'm just trying to print the key pair values. We'll see it how it actually looks like. This out, what is the key? M dot get key. See, now you're getting key. Now what I'm doing is I'm just formatting this to readable format and I'm printing M dot get value. See, with the entry set map dot entry, you can able to get the key and the values, but in the values only you'll be getting the value itself, only these values itself. But entry set you can able to read the key and the value. With m dot key get key and m dot get value, we'll see the result how values and entry set will differ in resulting. See, values is returning only the values, and map entry set it is returning keys and pair values. Key pair values the map entry set is returning. So that is the difference between getting map values and map entry set. Hope you got the idea, right? How to have how to print these elements. So now we can go to the next type, which is linked hash map. So linked hash map, again it's a same concept, like a linked hash map will have linked type of elements, the way you inserted the elements. So whatever the way you inserted the element in hash map, it is, there's no guarantee by printing it will print in the same order. So for sometimes it will print in the same order, for few cases it won't, there's no guarantee of printing in same order. But in terms of linked hash map, it is possible to print it in same format. For that, what I'm doing is I'm just changing this hash map to linked hash map. The way to do this is I'm just renaming it to, I'm just duplicating this syntax. So there's no much difference. That is the reason I'm just reusing this class to mention that. Linked, you just need to prefix with linked and you just need to import the package. That's it. Again, linked hash map. That's it. There's no difference, guys. Just need to rename it to linked hash map and you'll get the same output for all the elements. So these the linked hash map. The difference, only the difference between linked and regular hash map will be it's kind of, it will be, there's no guarantee of printing elements in order, but linked hash map will keep the order which the way you inserted it. That's the difference between hash map and linked hash map. And this will be used double linked list to keep the elements, and this will be used array of elements. So that is the difference between linked and hash map. So the differences are same even in list and array list, and here also it will be the same. So because if you add the linked, there is only 2 points you have to remember. One is, so it will keep maintain the order which you the way you inserted the order. Insertion order will be maintained. That's one thing. The second will be double linked list will be used for maintaining the collection objects. That's only the difference between these two. And now we can see a different class which is a tree map. So what is a tree map? I'm just creating a main method. A tree map also comes under java.util package, which is also taking key pair values. I'm just giving integer and value as string. I'm just giving tm equal to new tree map of. I'll show you the difference. As we seen in the tree set and all, so the only the difference is it will actually allow you to sort the elements as well. So in maps, how it will actually sort? It will actually sort by the keys. What are the keys you have? It will actually sort with the keys. For that, what I'm doing is tm dot put. I'm just giving he has some 10 and value will be James. Tm dot put value will be 5 and value will be geo, and I'm doing tm dot put value will be 2 and Thomas. So if you see the order right, the numbers are randomly I have given 10 to 5 and 2 different numbers I have given. There is no order here. So what will happen if I print the elements within the TM? What is if you print this object, then it will be by default the tree map will be sorting the elements with the key values. What are the keys we have? It will be sorted with them. So if it give the same hash map if it give it in hash map, then it will print the same order: 10 James, 5 Geo, 2 Thomas. It will print. Now you can see the result how it differs from other collections. See, it's sorted with the keys. First it is printing 2 Thomas, because 2 is the lesser than all the elements. Then it is printing 5. This is the second list, and third it is printing 10 James. So that is the reason we will be using tree map, and the tree based collections will be used for if you need any kind of automated sorting is required. So that case will be using tree related collections. So that's it for having the tree map. And there is a different class available, which is hash table. I'm telling this because this is not mostly used, but it is asked in interviews most of the times. That is hash table. So hash table, there is a other collection which is used hash table. Just demonstrating that hash table from java.util, which is also a map collection. I'm just having key as integer, this one value as string, or table, anything you can mention. Hash table, there's no difference between hash map and hash table. I'll tell you the major difference between them. For coding wise, there's no much difference between both of them. Put of 1, put of 2, put of 3. So I'm just printing the elements. Table, I'm just printing. So these are also other collection. So it's just printing what are the elements you gave. It is actually printing the elements. If you see, it is actually there is only one difference between hash table and hash map. The difference will be, I'm just closing this tree map because we need to compare with these two, hash table and hash map. So the major difference between hash table and hash map is, this is a very important interview question. Make sure guys you should remember. Hash map is not synchronized. This hash map is not synchronized. Suppose if multiple threads want to communicate with hash map, so they can able to allow and they can able to modify that object. So because hash map is not synchronized, but hash table is synchronized. Guys, if you don't know what is synchronized and all, please go through my multi-threading tutorial, synchronization topic, then you get better understanding on it. So hash table is synchronized, but hash map is not synchronized. And hash map is fast because it's not synchronized, and the hash table is slow because it's synchronized. So multiple threads, when it is trying to access, it will actually allow only one thread on once, and it won't allow multiple threads at the same time. Um, Hash map actually inherits abstract map, which is from map interface, but hash table actually inherits from class which is dictionary. Dictionary is a class. From there, the hash table will comes under. That is the reason I haven't mentioned within this diagram for hash table. So these are all the major differences between a hash map and a hash table. Make sure you should remember two things. First one is hash map is not synchronized and this is synchronized, and these come from abstract map and these come from dictionary class, and this is fast because it is not synchronized, and this is slow because it's synchronized. So these points you have to remember when you answering to your interviewer. So these about the map collections we have. So far what we covered, we have covered collections like list, queue, set, and we also covered a map related collection which is holding key pair related values. So these are all the overall collection classes you have to remember, and once you have this knowledge, that will be more than enough for you. Next we can discuss about sorting. What is sorting? I'm just creating a package for that. It will be a small topic, that's the reason I'm finishing here itself. So what is sorting? If you have a list of elements, if you want to sort the elements, suppose there are set of elements are there, if you want to sort any elements in particular order, then we need a sorting mechanism to be required. So there is a predefined classes available in Java, which is actually used for make you to sort the elements. First we can see what the class and how actually used for sorting. There is a class available in Java which is named as collection. Collection is a class, collections is a class which is used for sorting any elements. So collections is a class. So collections example I'm just writing for demonstrating. So first what I'll do is I'll just create a array list, then we can go for sorting. List dot add of Viru, list dot add of Saurav, just adding my friends' names, add of Mukesh, list dot add of Tahir. So I have added a few names. So I just need to sort this element. I just want to print the elements. So first I'll print the elements using a list iterator or for each loop. Either way we can loop it. For name I can mention list sort name. I'm printing the names. First we can see how the names are printing. Just printing as how we are what are the elements we added, just printed this way. I'm just keeping this output for reference. We'll see what will happen after our sort will happen. For that comparison I'm just keeping these elements. So the way to do the sorting will be, before printing the elements, what I'm doing is, there is a predefined class available which is sort collections dot collections is a class which is used for sorting an elements dot sort. Sort is an element method which takes a list of any types of list of elements. I'm giving sort of my array list. That's it. This one line will do magic. It will create a sorted element. It will actually make elements to be sorted. Now we can see these are old output we covered, and we'll see the new output how it actually looks like. See, it's sorted properly. M first, S next, and T is next, and V is the last. So these are previous output and these are sorted output. This one line will do the magic. It actually sort the elements with ascending order. So likewise, you can able to apply for any data type, whether set you can able to apply, and so if you have any objects like string type of objects or integer objects, you can able to apply it. And what will happen if I have a requirement, like if instead of adding a string objects or integer objects, if I need to add a student object, whether it will sort the elements. So if I want to add the student objects inside that, then I want to sort by name or sort by ID. So different scenarios. Whether it is possible? No, actually. This collection sort having very limited features. It will actually sort only the elements which are from strings or integer or any primitive data types. You can have it in collections or any types of integer, string, or boolean, or by not boolean or both like strings, integers, doubles, float, and these elements will be, if you add it in the array list, those elements only will be sorted, like how primitive types will be sorted. If you have the custom types like student and all, if you want to sort by ID and sort by name, these are all not possible with the collections.sort method. So there are other approaches we have to go for sorting those elements. Maybe those approaches we can cover it in next tutorial. So far we covered collection classes, what are the collections of classes we have, and different maps we have it in collection framework, and we also covered how to sort a simple data type which is string or integer types. If you want to sort, how to do that? The way to do that is, we just need to use collections.sort method, and we need to pass our elements, which is our list object, and it will actually sort by default with the ascending order. So if we need to sort custom elements, then we have to go to different approach. We can discuss about those different approaches in next tutorial. So thanks guys, thanks for watching.